Questions 1 through 10 on the 2004 Grade 8 Gauss Math Contest. What is the value of 25% of 2004? So 25% is 0.25, and you multiply that by 2004. And this would be exactly a quarter of 2004, which is 501. And that would be choice B. The value of 1/2 plus 3/4 minus 5/8 is, so I have 1/2 plus 3/4 minus 5/8, so get a common denominator. This one multiply top and bottom by 2, this one multiply top and bottom by 4. Numerator therefore becomes 4 plus 6 minus 5 all over common denominator, which is 8 in this case. 4 plus 6, 10. 10 minus 5 is 5, and therefore you have 5/8. So number 2, the answer is C. 800670 is equal to 8 times 10 to the x plus 6 times 10 to the y plus 7 times 10 to the z. X, y, and z are whole numbers. Then what is x plus y plus z? So 800670. 8 times 10 to the what? Well, if you don't know, just count. This is going to be 10 to the 1, 10 to the 2, 10 to the 3, 10 to the 4, 10 to the 5. All right? Just like that. Plus 6 times 10 to the something. Well, this is 10 to the power of 1. This is 10 to the power of 2. And finally, we've got 7 times 10 to the power of something. This is 10 to the power of 1. And there you have it. That's the number written out in terms of powers of 10. Now we've got to match this up. This is x, and this is y, and this is z. So x plus y plus z, which is what they want us to figure out. X is 5, y is 2, and z is 1. So therefore 5 plus 2 plus 1 is 8. And make sure you choose the right answer choice. Number 3 is therefore B. 7x63 divided by 13 is equal to 604 plus box over 13. The number represented by the box is. So 7863 divided by 13 is equal to 604. And instead of putting a box, I'll put x like that. Get a common denominator, of course, multiply top and bottom. So we'll get 7863 over 13. 13 times 604 is 7852. And there you go. The denominators are the same, so we really only need to look at the numerators. So 7863 is equal to 7852 plus x. And therefore x is equal to 7863 minus 7852, and that is 11. So the number represented by the box is 11, and therefore 4. The answer is A. In the diagram, the value of x is. So these are opposite angles, correct? The one opposite the 30 right here. So that's 30. And then these symbols basically mean that those two sides are the same. So this is an isosceles triangle, this one. And in an isosceles triangle, these two angles are the same. All right, so I'll give them values of z and z. So that means basically that 30 plus z is equal to 180, since the sum of the angles in a triangle are 180. So 2z is equal to 150, and therefore z is 75. Now, we want to figure out x, correct? Well, the angles about a line are all equal to 180. So that basically means that x plus z is 180. So x plus 75 is 180, and therefore x is equal to 180 minus 75, which is 105. So number 5, the answer is D. ABC is constructed from 9 small equilateral triangles as shown. If the perimeter of each of the 9 small triangles is 6 centimeters, then the perimeter of ABC in centimeters is. So each of these has a perimeter of 6, correct? Now it's equilateral. That means that all the sides are the same in terms of length. So if the perimeter is 6, that means each of these is 2. 2, 2, and 2 like that. So since all of these equilaterals are basically the same, this is 2, that's 2, and similarly we can label that as 2 all the way around. So they want you to figure out the perimeter of the big guy, ABC. All right, well, it looks like 2 plus 2 plus 2, and then 2 plus 2 plus 2 on each of the other sides. So the perimeter looks like, how many 2's do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 2 basically, which is 18. So 6, the answer is A. X is equal to minus 4, y equals 4. Which of the following expressions give the largest answer? All right. X divided by y looks like minus 4 over 4, which is negative 1. Y minus 1 is 4 minus 1, which is 3. X minus 1 is minus 4 minus 1, which is negative 5. Minus xy minus 4 times 4, and that looks like 16, positive 16. And then x plus y is minus 4 plus 4, which is 0. So which one of these is the largest? Well, it looks like this guy right here. So 7, the answer is D. 2 fair coins are tossed at the same time. What is the probability that they will both land as heads? So we got heads and heads. That's one possible outcome. Heads and tails and heads, and tails. When you flip coin 1 and coin 2, these are the possible outcomes. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 possible outcomes. And therefore, since this is a probability question, the denominator is going to be the total number of outcomes, which in our case is 4. And the numerator is the outcome that we are interested in. And that in this particular question is that they both become heads. And that's this guy right here. And that only happens once. So there you go. 1 over 4 is our probability for this question. So that would be E. The water surface of Lake Superior is at an elevation of 180 meters above sea level. The lowest point of the lake floor is 220 meters below sea level. What is the actual depth of the lake at this point? So, if you have, let's say, sea level represented by this black line, and then we've got the lake somewhere above it, like here. This is the lake. And then eventually the sea level kind of, I guess, drops. There's a crater or something like that. And they've told you that this is now 220 below. So if this is the sea level, then from here to here is 220. So we also know that the sea level is 180 degrees below the surface of the lake. Now they want you to figure out the depth of the lake at this point right here. All right, no problem. We just continue our C, and then we know that from here to here is 180. So we just add up those two numbers. So the depth of the lake at the point where it is 220 degrees below sea level, you would add up 180 and 220. So that would be 180 plus 220, which is 400. So number 9, the answer is D. Two positive integers have a sum of 11. The greatest possible product of these two positive integers is. So we have two positive integers, let them be A and B, and their sum is equal to 11. So they want you to eventually figure out the greatest possible value for A times B. So let's just make a list let's say A is 1, that means B must be 10. If A is 2, B is 9. If A is 3, B is 8. A is 4, B is 7. A is 5, B is 6, and so on. Once you get below here, you'll get basically the same numbers. You see what I mean? 7 and 4 and so on. So the product will be the same. So we only need to be concerned with these guys. All right, let's figure out the product, AB, for each of these. The first one, it will give you 10. Next one, 2 times 9, 18. The next one, 3 times 8, 24. 4 times 7, 28. And finally, 5 times 6 is 30. Now, which one of these is the largest, greatest possible product? Well, that's 30. So number 10, the answer is E.